drawing to my point.
Hey y'all, this is Wolf from 4966. I'm watching Tropical Tim.
That being said,
I'm going to put him on hold for a minute just to talk to you. I'm coming back from my VA, the VA outpatient clinic in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Turns out I lost my doctor. My doctor's on convalescent leave. But, you know, this stuff happens. You ask any veteran, it happens. The best I could tell you is they switched me over to the community care, which used to be the Veterans Preference Program, which is the Veterans Preference Program is no longer existent. It's a community care program. And if you're living in the Philippines, this might apply to you as a veteran of foreign war, veteran period. If you served 4 to 8 years, you are a veteran. I think all you got to do is really serve one term, whichever your contract term was. You know it better than me. All I know is I did 5 reserve and did 8 active. 13 total years, brothers and sisters. Anyways, it's like this. If you're on VA care and you have a rating, you know, from my personal experience, I am a veteran of 13 years with an 80% disability rating. I mean, I pretty much got to be the talking head, and you know, it's more comfortable to sit on my ass, you know. Anyways, but it's like this. If you served as a veteran one term or more, it all depends on your rating. They got a rating scale. People 30 to 40%, 40% to 60%, 60% to 80%, and then 80% to 100%. Well, as 80%, which is the second highest, I rate as a top level of what they tell me. It was a top level of disability rating. So, as an 80%, I qualify. Well, believe it or not, I'm sorry. Let me back up. 30 to 80% and 30 to 80% percentile, we qualify for a what they call community care. Used to be Veterans Choice, but it's not anymore. It's a community care through Tri-West, not Tri-Care, Tri-West. And I talked to a representative at VA about this, and I said, well, you know, that can be really confusing to a veteran because, you know, we served and our wives and, you know, our extracurricular care was through Tri-West. He goes, oh, well, you're a civilian now, you're a veteran, and you're 80%. He goes, you get Tri-West. I said, well, kind of explain that to me. What's that mean? He goes, well, you're eligible for um, community care, which you can go out and see a civilian doctor instead of seeing a VA doctor, but it has to be, folks, listen to this. For you veterans out there, you could see an outside doctor, but it has to be uh, verified and certified by VA. And being 30 to 80%, I don't know about 80 to 100 because I'm not there yet. But I know 30 to 80% VA disability gets you three urgent care visits. You can go to an urgent care provider. Um, Emergency care is not really specified. It's kind of like it's wavy, but it's pretty much you might have to you might have to uh, you might have to pay a copay of $30. If anybody in this realm has been to the emergency room or urgent care, they know $30 after 3 visits, 4 visits is a deal. You're paying $30 USD to get care through your VA. After, I think it's 3 to 4 visits per quarter, and per quarter means every 3 months. So I guess if you're a terminal patient, you might have to pay a little bit, but um, hell, that's better than the past, folks. Man, the past you were charged $30 to start with, and then it just went up. I rather do community care because my thoughts and my feelings is I have a better chance with a civilian doctor than I do a VA, lie till you deny representative doctor. And their hands are tied. Their hands are tied down there at the VA clinic. And right now what they're just serving the new veterans, and they're serving the people that are um, 30% pretty much. So the benefits of being 80%, I'm able to pick my doctor outside the VA and get my care that way. Right now they're running into the problem they don't have enough doctors in the VA system. So if you're sitting in a waiting room, that means they give you, they tell you to say something if you're 30 minutes past your uh, due appointment date in time. But really what that means is you could be sitting there for 3 or 4 hours easy. And I know a lot of people that say, I've been here 4 or 5 hours. Man, I feel you, man. I've been there. I've been there. And they just don't have enough coffee to hold you over till then. And then some of us, we have to fast before we go do our blood work and see the doctor. And I mean, you're sitting there in the waiting room for 4 hours after your appointment time. You're starving to death. You're in a bad mood. And no wonder there's so many disgruntled veterans out there. But I'm looking at Tropical Tim right now, and Tropical Tim's he's gonna tell me about the VA system there in Manila, and um, I talked to my rep, and they're telling me there's a place in Manila. Manila's the main place, and how that works is they got 2 or 3 doctors, and they'll travel to Manila and God, another place in the Philippines, but I forget. But there's another place in the Philippines besides uh, Cebu. Cebu, they're there for 3 days out of a week, and look how many veterans are there. So you're looking at some long wait times. And there's another place in I can't remember the name of the city, but it's in the Mindanao area, like Tom and Ruth and many veterans that are there. It doesn't matter what service you serve. Your Navy, Air Force, Army, Marine. It don't matter. We all in the same boat, man. But the one that I'm talking about, which I can't really remember, it's in Mindanao. There's one doctor there once a week. Yeah. Welcome to the veteran system. Welcome to the VA system. Anyways, sitting in Tennessee, I'm under the Community Care Act, so um, I got multiple doctors I could choose from. Hell, sometimes I'd rather go with a civilian doctor than a VA